Hey everybody, this is Dead Winter Dead with another Battlefield 4 video for you. Today we're taking a look at a round of Rush on the new Naval Strike Map, Wavebreaker. This is my very first game of Rush on this map, so please excuse me if I'm a little bit lost. But one thing I did notice, and this was a mistake here, I jumped off because I thought I was closer. We're actually behind the enemy team right now, and this ends up actually paying off. But I may have been better off riding up with those guys in the rib instead of swimming across. Although, as fate would have it, they end up getting killed, and I somehow managed to stay below the radar and get the arm on the closer of the two MCOMs, which is the Bravo MCOM. Now, I enjoy this map immensely. I believe it works out well for pretty much any type of game mode. I have not played Domination or Team Deathmatch on it. But any of the big game modes, Rush, the new Carrier Assault style game mode, and then Conquest, as well as Obliteration, it works well for all those, and I had a lot of fun playing on this map, and a lot of fun playing this Rush game. I really enjoy the Rush game mode. I think that some maps are better than others, obviously, and those of you who watch my channel know that I feel DICE should actually have spent time designing maps around game modes instead of designing a sort of one-size-fits-all map that you can just, they just, well, you know, here's a map and you can play any game mode on this map, and some modes are good and some modes suck. That map mentality is kind of ridiculous to me. But anyway, we took down the Bravo MCOM, and a teammate of ours scored the Alpha MCOM, so the bases are secure. And as you'll see here, because of my lack of map knowledge, I completely go the wrong way. Like I said, this is my first game of Rush on this map. I have played this map before. I'm very familiar with it as far as where all the flag points are. But Rush was a little bit weird, and I thought that we were going to be actually heading out towards this little kind of cave rock system towards the base in front of me. So I'm trying to get a bead on it. We got some guy placed nice high up on those rocks taking our buddies down, but he goes down to the LSAT. And once we get new orders, I realize, wait a minute, the MCOMs are completely behind me. And it doesn't matter what game mode I play this map on. This section right here, this little sandy beach section, that little 10-foot strip of beach, is such a pain in the ass to get up and out of the water on. I don't know if it's got some sort of invisible wall thing going, but that's one thing that DICE has kind of you know, fallen down on, is the whole just cleaning up maps. There's so many invisible walls and so many things that, you know, collision is just off on and not just these maps, all the maps for Battlefield 4. The collision is just off on some of the maps, and you end up getting stuck on a pebble or running into invisible walls that you can't seem to get past unless you move an inch this way or an inch that way. So I think they really should focus on cleaning up some of the maps, which probably for Battlefield 5 or whatever the next Battlefield iteration will be, this game is pretty much in the bag. They're not going to go back and clean up nickel and dime stuff like that. We're just going to have to live with it at this point. But I get the arm on this this MCOM right here, the Alpha MCOM, and as you can see, we have both MCOMs running, but they managed to defuse one of them. I can only sit and defend one at a time, so I'm going to defend the one that I'm closest to, the one that I'm invested in, obviously, because I armed it myself, and then I will move on to get the Bravo. Nice RPG to the face, and that was a good move there by Mr. Engineer guy. And as you can see, I am actually, I'm not gonna say, I guess I'm topping the leaderboards here. Not so much in kills, but I am in points. And there's a point on the next set of MCOMs that I wanted to point out, just for kind of those of you who play Commander, or just kind of an interesting point. A lot of people think that the high value target is the target that is killing the most people. And in some cases you would be right. If you were playing Team Deathmatch, that would make sense because it's a game of attrition. The more bad guys you kill, the more their tickets dwindle down, the closer you are to victory. But in a game like Rush, where there's a solid hardpoint objective, or a set of hardpoint objectives, it makes more sense to mark the high value target as someone who is doing the most damage to your assets. Now, I'm glad I was not marked as the high value target, because right there, that's an instant wall hack. Everybody knows where you are, and everyone just zones in on you to get that extra 100 points for killing a high value target. But it would have made more sense for the enemy commander to have designated the enemy player that was doing the most damage to their assets, and in this case, it was me. As you can see, I armed the Alpha. I armed one of the MCOMs on the first set. I armed both of the MCOMs on the second set, and spoiler alert, I end up arming both of the MCOMs on this third set, but one of them gets disarmed, and then a teammate rearms it, and then I think I end up getting the Alpha MCOM in the end. But again, the name of the game here, this enemy team, they were just lost. And you kind of have to give people a break. This is the first week of the game for PC, and people don't know the maps. They don't know the flank routes. They don't know what's going on. This is it's an effective one, but it's a dangerous one, because I'm essentially out in the open. But I have the option to dive under the water, and as long as I'm not spotted, I'm effectively invisible. So I'm using this kind of, this covert operation, this covert waterborne operation to kind of sneak underwater. I get my secondary out just in case someone surprises me on this little metal barge here. Pull back out the LSAT, and I'm going to make my move on this Bravo MCOM. Now look at the Bravo MCOM map. Look at the mini-map right there. As you can see, look right there. There's somebody near that Bravo MCOM, and I heard him scream out when his partner died. But look at this guy. Just laying there, camping the MCOM. Just camping it. Way to go, buddy. You get your camping dog tag there. He would have been more effective if he had actually pushed ahead of the MCOMs and actually tried to set up a perimeter with some claymores, or actually laid down some covering fire, or even some suppressive fire or offensive fire across those lanes of water that we have to cross, because we have to come across a body of water. So an LMG would be better suited to lay fire down across that water while people are vulnerable, while people are swimming and they only have access to their secondary weapon, or while people are in boats and they're passengers and they can't really do anything. But laying back there just kind of camping that objective, I'll sneak right around you and gun you down every time. This right here, I figured we've got the rush going, we've got them on their heels, we got them rocked, they have that bloody nose. I'm not even going to try to just post up and wait for the opportune moment. I'm going to rush right in, just like the game mode says, and arm that MCOM. Now, as you can see right here, look at this. You've got the high value target over there, and I believe he was the guy who got the most kills, and the commander deemed him as the most dangerous to the team, when in reality, I was essentially the most dangerous to the team, because it doesn't matter how many kills the defenders take. They have infinite tickets, but they do, in this case, only have 6 MCOMs, and I think I destroyed 4 out of the 6. Anyway, guys, I hope you liked this first look at some Rush on Wavebreaker. My name's Dead Winter Dead. Thanks for watching.